Hi all, it's Traveller Jason F. Well, I'm going to start a new series. And it's still on Star Wars, but it's about my collection, about my vintage collection. And it's all about, not always, but sometimes comparing the vintage collection to other series in the Star Wars collection. You know, like the Legendary series, and if I've got them in my collection. Because I'm only going to talk about what I've got in my collection. So today I'm going to start it off with the millennium Falcon. I am. And also compare it to the Legendary one that I picked up second hand about 4 years ago. Pardon. So we're basically going to have a little look. I'll tell you my thoughts and what I thought when I was a kid. See what we say. Well, what we think. Anyway, let's go and have a nose, shall we? Now here is my vintage millennium. Now it's not my one from when I was a child. I destroyed it. Sadly, probably a lot of us kids did that. A lot of us probably did that when we was kids. So, but you know, there was good sides to it. I mean, when I got older as a kid, overjoyed, over the moon, loved it. You know. So yeah. Now you can see, it's not 100% correct and complete. I'm still missing a couple of bits. At some point I will get. Now as you see, my cannon actually is missing one bit that's broken. And they're a bit punched in. And I think, I'm not sure, but that could be from a that could be even be. But yeah, now as you see, I've got no stickers on the console because they're all long time came off, and I haven't even bothered. Now, like we knew, it was quite hard to get figures in. Now, as you can see, you can literally, when I was a kid, as you remember, I mean, just 2 figures do fit in. You can't put no more in. Chewbacca can be a little bit tight, but he's literally touching the roof as I go like that. You can see, and you can tell. Now the figure beside Han is a retro figure, but Chewie is still original one. So that was an annoying part sometimes about it. But when you're a kid, you just use your imagination, didn't you? Now, obviously, you had that silly noise thing that I don't know if it works or not, and I haven't got the batteries. Now, when you opened it up, again, it was all these data banks. It was like, when I was a kid, it was like, oh, but how do I get to the cockpit? So, I was quite disappointed with that bit. But it's nice to see this one's got the original card, where the Power of the Force one's got the cardboard that shows you the corridor to the cockpit. Now, I would still like to get a Power of the Force Millennium Falcon as well. That's next on my list at some point. But I suppose really they had to make it compact, didn't they? So they made everything in there where the figures could hide in here. But they couldn't really. And they could play there, really were compact. And like we all know, biggest problems at some point later in his life, the legs go. Really basic model. But as a kid, we loved it, and I still do. It brings me a lot of memories back, and like I said, I've got bits missing off this. But I'm in no rush to complete it. Now, Farm Boy Luke is a retro figure. Because I like him because he's so cream. And obviously Ben is actually original. So I just thought I'd pop him in there like I could have got C3 and R2 but I decided not to. Just put the 4 in. Now again, you ain't had the gun at the top, nothing down the bottom. You can see my legs slowly coming back down. And you can see how I'm missing the engines. Well, 2 stickers have fallen off. So yeah, this is the one. Finished one. Now I've got the legendary one. Again, it's not complete, but we're gonna have a look at that as well. Well, we all know now what goes in front of that if you watch Solo. Yeah, so let's go have a nose at the millennium Falcon from Legendary Collection. Now, here's the Legendary millennium Falcon. Look at the size difference. How big it swallows that table up. This goes on my floor. Now, like I said to you, this is not complete either. And it's a bit of a mishmash as well. You can see this is a different one because you did get different colours. Well, different shades. I've got this one and then there's that. Now it's quite dusty. Does make noise, but I haven't got none of the batteries. The batteries go here. I'm not really sure how you open it, and then you got the button here. But I'm talking about the play features. Now, if I got this as a kid, God, I've been over the moon. I would be, whoo-wee. But like we know, when I first saw one of these in Woolworths, in the last stages of Woolworths Live, I think there was only 2 legendary at the moment. There was them. That was an Attack and Millennium Falcon. And I know the Attack I remember was about £120. And oh, wow. It's going back up. I was about 15 years ago. I can't remember when Woolworths shut. It was literally. So yeah, it's far back. And I was like, wow, a lot of money. But couldn't afford it. I would love to got it. But like again, I've got this off the second-hand market. Now, this one is damaged. It's damaged in places that if I find another body, reasonable cheap, I probably will swap them over. Now, the bit I love, the cockpit. Now, like I said, you can see, mine is damaged. It's even got some side damage. Even the seat. Now I could just super glue that and get on. But what I like about it, I could got 4 figures in. Now these wasn't built for the finished figures. These were built for later figures where they could bend their knees so they can fit in properly. But you gotta admit, they do look good in there. You imagine that down. With a proper cockpit down, how good they look. And like I said, mine is a bit dusty. I haven't cleaned it for a while, but it would look good to have them all in there. And literally, you can fit the 2 in the front, but the 2 at the back, not really, because the knees don't bend. And the 2 at the back, the seats don't move. So, yeah. But straight away, it really looks good. So, cockpit's damaged. So let's have a look at the rest of it. Now, I've taken the roof off. Actually, I even had C3PO in here. Now, straight away, you see the total difference, and you can see the bits I got missing. But I just refused to pay £20 for a trapdoor. And same again for that. I mean, some of the prices are just stupid. It's like the legs. I think the legs are something like £90 to £100. Yeah, I'd love to have legs on this, and then it will stop me using them. But I'm not paying £90 for some legs when you're not really going to see them. Does mean I can never have my bottom cannon on, and this is basically yeah, this is the bottom cannon with 0-2. Well, that's got that. Now, straight away, if I was a kid, I've been over the joy, over the moon. So straight away, it's a bit hard. Let me, and I've got a couple of bits else missing in this. Straight away, you see that, would have been the door going through. Now, it's a shame they didn't open that up so you could go through, but you can tell at one point they probably were thinking about it, because I bet you this is empty. I do. I reckon that is empty, but I would not do a commission. Now, again, you can see there's nothing there. My stickers are damaged as well. This is where they would have sat and played games. Now, it really does not fit the vintage figures at all, because it's all about bending your knees, and like we know, the vintage Star Wars figures can't bend their knees. But it just brings so much. I mean, look at the size difference. You got a corridor where they hide, not like a little, You got the cannon where you can go and sit in. I mean, they say the 3.75 scale. Well, I believe the modern line is actually a little bit smaller. I do. Because there's C3PO, and I'm about to go and get a vintage one. Now, I just grabbed any C3PO, and obviously you can tell these are the Han Solo figure, and straight away you see what I mean. They are smaller scale, so I would not say they're 3.75 no more. I would say they're probably 3.60, maybe 3.50. Definitely smaller scale. And yeah, fits more in line with this. And I'm not sure if his knees bend. I'm going to try, because I haven't played with him for a long time actually. As if I ever did. No, his knees don't bend at all. So it's basically same architect, the movement as a vintage figure, but smaller. So yeah, I mean, you can see all the different play features. So I'm going to take the figures out, be careful of them. It's like you got another corridor. You can go through. And I'm going to try and get the camera in. Don't think I can get it in properly. Doesn't go that far, as you can see. It literally stops there. But you got another where the cabins would have been. You see? Let me try and turn the camera on. No, I can't turn the torch on. But you can just about see what I mean. There's definitely so many more play features. And I'm going to see if I can get the batteries and see if I can turn and make sounds on. Man, there we are. Right, I found some double A's. I did. Now, like you can see, that's another battery cover I got lost. Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if the person I bought this actually stripped it for parts. What I did get was near enough a shell and basically parts they couldn't remove. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it on. But I'm going to quickly pop this bit back in. Now, this is one part I find a bit awkward. When you try to take it off, if you've got them for years, you're like, oh, how did it come off? Just remember here, pull up. So now I'm going to turn it on. Now this is something I really do like. Now that's no noise that you normally get from the vintage one. You can just imagine you're watching the film in a way. So there's different sound to it. Struggling. Right. It's enough of that. Now you get 3 buttons right there. It's been about 2 or 3 years since I played with it, actually. So, you know, it's a great lot of noise, really. Oh, I think my parents would have said, turn that off! So I'm going to turn the noise down. Now, I can't remember if there's any other... Oh, yes, there is. 2 more on that side. So, turn it back on. Now, I'm going to just turn it around. Now, I've turned it around and you can see a bit more. You see where another cockpit is, and you can zone in. You can actually see some other stuff, but I can't really. So, you remember where Han Solo was sitting here and Luke and Ben was training in the ways of the Force? Now, I'm sure this has got something to do with that. Nope, they don't make no noise. Okay. Yeah, I did turn it on. That turns that around. But they don't do anything. Alright. Don't know if it's broken. Now you have a cockpit, place where the shuttle escape pod is. But like we all know now, it wasn't actually there. Okay. That just made a noise. You open it up and shut it. So yeah, that's cool. Now this does something as well. Oh, there we are. Quite loud. So you can see the play features. What's that one? Alright. There's buttons all over this, really. But I just can't work out what these ones were. But they...
With the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight? You see? You can do it.
See how clear that is. Now, it's funny how...
You've taken your first step into a larger world.
So what's this one? Bit sentimental. That don't do nothing. So
with the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
No.
You see?
Yeah, we know. Anyway, shame that this button is definitely sentimental, and I got a feeling Han Solo says something. Or it could be CPO saying about getting his arms ripped off. But it's definitely not working. But, yeah. Between the two, play features, this wins hands down. Love, gotta be the vintage. It has. Gotta be. Definitely. So anyway. Well, that's comparing Legacy Collection and the vintage Millennium Falcon and what the play features were between the two of them. Like I said to you, I haven't got the Power of the Force one yet, but I do know the Power of the Force is basically a copy of the vintage collection, rather vintage Millennium Falcon, apart from the paint scheme and the cardboard is different inside. And the game thing's different as well. It's basically, there's slight differences, but basically the same body. But I still want one. So yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to talk about my collection a bit more because I love sci-fi, and Star Wars is one of my big things. I think I watched Star Wars, or I even watched Star Trek or Doctor Who. Yeah, probably all at the same time. But yeah, Star Wars is my love. I do love it. So anyway, keep watching. There will be more talking, more about what I think of, I haven't actually got any other legendary vehicles, sadly. I do want the attack, or as a lot of people now call. Oh, well, no, that's what the modern name is. We used to just call it attack, not that. No, we used to call it AT-AT. My brain's going fried. So yeah, I'd love to get that. It's a big boy, that is. But I think the second-hand market now is probably £500 or more, probably £1,000 though, my luck. So yeah. Well, I will see you all. I'll see you all soon again. May the force, be with you. And later. And don't forget, give me a thumbs up, please share, and please subscribe. So I will see you all soon. These are not the droids you were looking for. Well, I've added this on because I realise if I'm going to do a furthest to each one, what was the result? And I couldn't make one up. Love the vintage. Pulls my heart because I was a kid and I got all the good memories. Play features, yeah. In a way, I gotta be neutral. I gotta admit, I do love the legendary one because the size and all that. And if I was a kid in the in the 2000s, yeah, I'd be over the moon with that. Got a lot more play features than the vintage. So really, in some aspects, yeah, the legendary collection Millennium Falcon is actually better than the vintage Millennium Falcon in a lot of ways. But I still love the vintage one. So heart pulls more for the vintage, but in a way, the legendary one really won for me because of everything else. So yeah, some of you might not like this ending, but yeah. So anyway, that's what I think, and I'll be interested to hear what you all think. Actually, see what because I gotta admit, if that came out in the late 70s, early 80s, yeah, I would have loved it. But then I love the vintage Millennium Falcon as well, so it's a hard one, Anyway, later, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.